Corey Bray from Closed Loop, along with my special guest, Ryan Reiser, where we analyze the marketing bracket. Round 1, March SaaSness, presented by Ambition. Enjoy.
All right, moving on to our next bracket of 16. Coming from the top, Hootsuite versus, oh wow, Engagio coming in at a 16. What do you think here?
I thought they'd be higher than that. Didn't they beat Marketo last year?
I guess they're coming in for another upset here. Well, Hootsuite's not automation, so we'll see. But I can see this being a very, very contested matchup. Hootsuite being the social giant that they are, but Engagio, those guys really rally around stuff like this. So I might go for Engagio with this upset.
I think that I picked another upset behind us. I picked Penn over Kansas because Kansas was my team growing up and I went to Penn. So my two teams are playing each other this week. I think 16s are going to do well. So I'll go with you on this. I'm going to change my mind. I think before I had Hootsuite, but Engagio is going to put some feet on the street, just like Stripe put some swipes, the digital thing.
That's right. All right. Now we're moving into some marketing automation and a new disruptive technology here too. Campaign Monitor versus Drift.
Well, I talked to Jeremy about this one last week. What do you think?
Drift is coming out of nowhere on the social side. One of my former roommates just joined their team as a part of their sales org, and I can't seem to not hear about them anywhere we go. So I think I'm gonna call the upset here, the upset here with 9/8 Drift. I
concur.
Moving on. Oh, look, we talked about these folks earlier. Last year, Engagio upset over Marketo. Could TechTarget do it here again?
What's TechTarget?
That's a great question because I don't know. I have never heard of TechTarget, but Marketo at this stage, who's using them? I don't know. I feel like Marketo is come and gone. There's a lot of folks that are coming against them these days. But what do you think? What do you think on this one?
Well, they did a UI refresh. I've seen it. It looks great. They went private, and when you go private, you can do some things. Cut some. Let me rephrase that. You can increase some operational efficiencies. So I think that they're coming back. You don't go private unless somebody really believes in you.
And right. So did the acquisition of ToutApp support any of that? Do you think they're going to start to come in and disrupt the sales automation space, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think sales automation is going to move to marketing, and I think that because here's the thing, right? And you're an expert at this. You know more about this than I do. But how is an SDR sending an email different than a marketing person sending an email, given that you've had zero or very light level interactions with somebody before?
I agree 100% on this. We see eye to eye. I mean, if you follow any of the things that I subscribe to, until you have an engagement, it doesn't really matter. And so I would prefer to have emails written by folks who write emails. And so I think you have something there. I think you have something there. MailChimp versus, who's going to make this? Are we calling Marketo or Target or TechTarget?
I'm calling Marketo.
Marketo's coming through. MailChimp versus Emma. Who's Emma?
How is MailChimp ranked higher than Marketo?
It's a great question. I think the seeding is put together based on Twitter followers. So, MailChimp has a tremendous amount of coverage in the SMBs. So I can imagine they have quite a few more Twitter followers, but it's a great question.
I figured it out. I just Googled it.
Uh-huh.
There's more chimps than there are marketers on planet Earth.
Nailed it. And what about Emma? Emma coming in.
I mean, that's a cool name. I have a friend named Emma.
I do too. That's a great name. I'm not sure what Emma does, but I've got to call MailChimp on this one.
I'm going to go with Emma just so I can argue with you. And you know what? Maybe we'll just give them some bananas and distract them so they can't vote.
There we go. So moving into the lower half of the bracket here, Constant Contact versus BrightEdge. Man, a lot of the similar companies here, a lot of marketing automation, a lot of HR. We're getting into now some social, BrightEdge and Constant Contact here. We got, what is that? social analytics versus email automation. Is that right?
Yeah. I'll go Bright Edge. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking right now that Constant Contact's going to dominate this matchup. Like similar to MailChimp, there's a tremendous amount of support in the SMBs with these types of platforms. I'm going to call that one's an easy win. Cruising into the round of 32.
All right. You call me out on that one. I like it.
Cruising through to the round of 32. HubSpot and Influitive. That's another one I'm not familiar with. Who's HubSpot?
They're the orange people.
I was joking there. I'm not sure who Influitive is, but I tell you what, HubSpot, again, one of those folks that are going from marketing automation to sales automation and finding their way into the right folks at the right time. And I don't know about you, Corey, but I'm a huge fan of the amount of content that HubSpot spins out, not just content in terms of by HubSpot, but content that actually helps people learn. I'm a huge fan of HubSpot in this one.
Yeah, HubSpot shoots out some great content. I think they're like Rafe LaFrentz, number 45 from Kansas, All-American 1997, played with Paul Pierce, who, matter of fact, went to the NBA early the year of the lockout. So he's an idiot, but he's worth $100 million. So what can I say? HubSpot's like Rafe. They can go inside, they can slam dunk, they can go outside, they can shoot a three, they can do a lot of things. You're just starting out, or you've got some scale. Hell, they've got CRM now. Let's go HubSpot.
HubSpot for the win. I'm putting them all the way to the finals. All the way to the finals.
The interesting thing is they've got this free CRM product that's pretty good. It sounds like they're trying to go head-to-head with Benninghoff.
Oh, boy. They all are. Do we know what it means? The biggest software companies in the world, anyone's doing database, I don't know if you get it, but it's all about the future of one-to-one customer communication at scale. Any of these database vendors that have communication built into them, and you watch the acquisitions that are occurring, this is their game. How do we make sure we know where you are across any channel at any time so that we can deliver the best experience in your preferred channel at the right time to have a better buying experience? And so I'm excited for this space, any of these tools that are collecting the data and helping, when used correctly, deliver a better, experience all the way through to conversion and beyond. You've got my vote. So HubSpot all the way.
I want to take a quick break, Ryan, and I want to announce that anybody who we don't know of yet, we would love to know of you. So shoot us an email, send us a shirt. Dave from Level Jump gave me his shirt today. If you haven't heard of them, check them out. But we are open-minded about learning about all the new technologies out there.
Oh, please. I love learning about tech. Please reach out. I'm sorry that I don't know ahead of time. Same thing, send prospect, little shout out. Bring the shirts. We'll bring them on social. Love to learn everything about you. Sorry for our ignorance in the case of not knowing some of your names. Moving into this bottom half of the left bracket here, we've got Cvent versus Intercom.
I called this last week with Jeremy, so you take this one first.
I'm really surprised that Intercom is not ranked higher in this schedule here. My buddy from Sprinkler, Brian, just took over the demand gen position at Intercom. I've got to vote for Intercom. They're doing some really big things. If we're talking about SaaS, here, not practice, SaaSness.
Talk about SaaS.
Intercom is the backbone of almost all of the most innovative technologies that are happening today. And they've got a really exciting roadmap ahead of them. They've got to take them not only in the round of 32, but well beyond in this competition this year.
I concur.
So you concur. I see what you did there. Moving into the bottom here, we've got Terminus versus Buffer. And again, well, I guess this is an interesting one. I guess Buffer with their SMBs, they got a lot of Twitter followers, but are you surprised that Terminus is ranked lower than as low as a 15 in this bracket?
It's pretty surprising. You see a lot of stuff about them on the internet.
Yeah, well, I mean, Buffer. I mean, if you've ever used it, it's a great platform. So you can load up your content, push it out over time, set it and forget it, if you will. If you're trying to keep a strong social presence across all these channels, strong tool. But Terminus is really leading that flip of the funnel. Flip my funnel, hashtag flip my funnel. I'm going to take the upset here.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Terminus people should go. I've heard of this Atlanta Tech Village thing. Never been there. But if it's what I imagine, they should all just go have lunch out there with big signs and maybe a vanity domain that says voteforterminus.com. Have them get all of the other Atlanta Tech Village people voting for them in this, and that might put them over the top.
That might do it. Terminus, if you're listening, make those votes count.
Feet on the street, baby. Feet on the street.
Make my funnel great again. Make my funnel great again. All right, Terminus for the win.